Good afternoon, everyone. This is Yemi from purposefulme.co.uk. I'm doing this series of stories or readings from my book titled Flying High in a Polka Dot Dress. I published this book in 2015, and it was a way to celebrate and showcase some of the lessons that I learned from my father growing up. And a part of me, when I wrote this book, thought of people that are growing up without fathers, orphans, or people that are growing up with fathers that are not actively involved in their lives. And I was blessed to have a father who was there for us. And I felt like some of the lessons that I learned from him would be beneficial for pretty much anybody else, either in how you're a father or a parent, or maybe in just taking the encouragement for yourself. Henry Brooke Adams said, "All experience is an arch to build upon." You can build on my experience. You can build on my stories. And that's why I'm sharing them with you today. And the lesson that this story tells is the fact that I learned the truth about respect and understand the difference between needs and wants. You know, my earliest experiences about money were at the age of 7, when my father told us about his income. And just to clarify, I knew about money before then because obviously I got an allowance and I spent money. But for me, this was about understanding income and expenditure. So he explained about earning a salary and paying for the fixed expenses, which included the house rent, utility bills, and giving my mother money for the groceries. He then told us that what was left was put inside a folder that contained his car documents. He always made a special effort to get brand new notes for the folder. My brother and I were told we could help ourselves to the money if we needed to buy anything. Daddy made it clear that the money was for the family to spend, but that when it was gone, it was gone. The other thing that I should call out here is that my mother had a store or a shop in front of the house. So she sold drinks, snacks, just the kind of things young children would want to buy. But even though she sold those things, we weren't allowed to take or eat her stock. We had to pay for whatever we took from her shop. I mean, obviously we broke the rules sometimes, but it wasn't the norm for us to just take things from the store and consume without paying. And that was why the money was relevant. So that's why my father told us we could take money anytime we wanted, but that when it was gone, it was gone. I reckon a lot of people would assume that this was a mistake and that we were careless, but they would be wrong. With that level of freedom came choice, empowerment, accountability, and responsibility. Choice, empowerment, accountability, and responsibility. We would occasionally take some money, but not without counting and checking that there was enough left. Over time, we learned to first count what was left, work out the number of days to the next payday, and then we made a decision whether to take or not to take some of that money. What I didn't realize at the time was that I was learning accountability, budgeting, and respect for other people's hard work. But that was exactly what we came to understand. We learned that there's a difference between what we need and what we want, and what we now know as delayed gratification. We understood that it was not appropriate to take advantage of other people's work, and we learned to respect not just my daddy, but also his time. So today, I equate money with time. The time that you spend earning that money is something you can get back. So a respect for somebody's money is a respect for their time, which ultimately is a respect for their life. So we were able to place non-monetary value on what he earned. Daddy's folder was never empty, and I never once saw him monitor the money or think that we would make the wrong decision and overspend. It was a mutually respectful relationship, as he trusted us and we rewarded him by being considerate. You know, that's the power of trust and accountability and responsibility. And one of the things that we can do for ourselves, for others, for our children, is to make sure that they grow up to be adults who understand the value of respecting other people, other people's time, other people's talent, other people's money. Thank you for listening to this story. You can get more of this kind of stories in the book, which is available on amazon.co.uk. Thank you so much. Have a great day.